Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Dead Cells. I mean, we're getting the same items on every start here, but that's not so bad. The last episode, I wouldn't necessarily say we played well. I thought I had a shield, despite the fact that mere seconds ago, I turned down the shield because it was a default shield, as it always is to start here. But yeah, last episode I wouldn't say went badly, but we went for hard mode, and that was stupid. But I didn't know how stupid it was until we were in too deep to change it. I don't know what my voice just did. Until we were in too deep to change it. And that's fine. Life goes on, of course. Force shield that throws a grenade. Dude, why not? I actually don't think that the force shield is particularly good, but I have been, like, wicked wrong on many occasions before. I did buy the respawn here. This should be Sewer's entrance, I think. What? Dude, the platforming. He's a god. We could do Sewers this time. We don't have to do Promenade. And this should just be Ossuary entrance, which I will probably abstain from because I don't have a death wish. We'll come down and do some more exploration here first. Let's see what we got. Frost Blast. I don't pay for Frost Blast. If it shows up for free, I'll consider it, but I don't pay for that item. It's garbage. Bloodsword 2. Despite the... Oh, dude. Can we afford 2 of these? Absolutely. So I'm going to take Throwing Knives, which I think are fantastic, even though I never use the shield. And then I'm going to very slightly upgrade the Bloodsword. And the reason for that is because so many times I find myself in situations where we don't get, oh, so good, where we don't get a second, like, primary weapon that's any good until way later in the game. So for now, like, I'm absolutely invested in the idea of taking something good, even at an extra cost to ourselves, as it shows up. And to be honest with you, like, we have so much gold kind of stored in reserve here that it doesn't matter. Now, it looks like the game's gonna make a liar out of me. No, it gave us Flammable Sword, which actually doesn't do any more damage. I think it does less. They were close, but it doesn't inflict bleed, and I have nothing that gives us extra, well, the ability to light an enemy on fire, so I think a Flammable Sword is probably suboptimal right now. Okay, and then they give us the Twin Daggers. Twin Daggers 1. Critical blow on the 3rd hit. You know what? We've already got one way to inflict bleed. I'll give it a chance here. We got so many levels of strength as well. You know, Throwing Daggers plus Twin Daggers seems like a build that is pretty well suited for the Promenade, but we swapped equipment so much here already. It's like the exact opposite of the last run. Yeah, let's go Promenade. We went super hard last time. Let's go a little on the lighter side this time, because I want to extend our life so that I can actually make the fjords maybe with a little bit more certainty, but I don't know. I still don't know how, like, the loot curve works in the game. I do like the Twin Daggers, though. Do not get me wrong. We lost so many cells last time. I'm still kind of the opinion that, like, it doesn't matter. I'm just dumping them in anything here, to be honest with you. But, you know, it does give us a slightly later time frame for unlocking 5% better damage. So whether or not that actually matters in the whole scheme of things, probably, like, very little, but maybe not. Wow, that was pretty idiotic. I think we're a little too late to make the timed door. You can buy a turret. Horizontal turret 2. Magnetic grenade 2 that gives us a strength bonus. I mean, this is cheaper, but I don't think you should just buy something because it's on sale. We'll get the magnetic grenade, which also gives us a strength upgrade, which means that it's potentially worth holding, not just as an upgrade, but also as a stat improvement for us. Yeah, this seems pretty good. I mean, we're fighting much easier enemies, so the ultimate irony, of course, would be if I just died faster on this run regardless. But we're going to try not to let that happen. Because we no longer have the blood sword, it would be prudent for us to try to ensure that we hit enemies, especially in groups, with some bleed. That way they're taking damage even when we're not really doing anything. Oh, never mind. Now we got a blood sword 3, so... We'll take that, and now, you know, I can spin it any which way you want me to spin it at this point. Like, is it better to have... Oh, well, like, we don't need an extra bleed because we already have one bleed. Or is it better to say, whoa, now it's so easy for us to stack bleeds. Like, we can spin this any which way but loose. And I'll just admit that I have no idea what that expression even means, but... We'll go, health on this one. I think 141 is, like, the minimum amount of health for me to feel slightly okay about my life. Stop! It's like a really hard encounter for what is essentially the second floor. Okay, we gotta hit him. Get a little HP back. It's a lot of enemies. I mean, we had phasers up there, so it makes sense. We already have 4 levels of strength, by the way, so we're gonna be just tearing through enemies here. Sucks that we missed the timed door, but again, we're not really, like last run, we're not really interested in doing a speed run or anything even speed run-ish. And we got so many heals, we should be like 0% scared about going to this area right now. Why not kill this guy while we got the chance? Some of the easiest money I've ever seen in my life. And we could go to the sewers. I don't know, I kind of feel like we should balance super difficult by going a little easier on this attempt here. Okay, I thought I saw a secret. No, it's just a particle effect. Every time, man. Don't you hate it when you think it's a secret, but it's actually a particle effect? That's just me bragging, because I know what a particle effect is. Man, NL, ever since you got that luggage tag that says you know how to open Unity, you've changed, man. You've changed. Whoa, that was... I didn't realize that the magnetic grenade also affects, like, their explosions. Makes perfect sense, but still. Oh, that's a secret carrot, please. No, I guess we want the money more. Because we have spent a lot of money on today's run. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to improve it. We don't want to go that way. No teleporter either. Come on, man. Come on, dead cells, smile on your brother, everybody get together, time to give me a blood sword right now. Great song. One of my favorite Dead Cells songs off the soundtrack. Next to, they paved Paradise and put up an electric whip. Okay, that was actually just stupid of me. I love the music in this section, too. Like, admittedly, is this baby's first Dead Cells area? Yeah. I wouldn't dispute that. You shouldn't let your baby play this game, maybe, until they're, like, you know, at least 8 years old, because it's a little violent. I feel like everybody, when they're young, they're always like, you know, I'll let my kid play anything. Maybe you're right, I don't know, I don't have kids. I know nothing about early childhood development, basically, except, you know, I lived it. We definitely want Biter Swarm, so I think that's, like, time for us to get rid of, the Ice Grenade. And keep the Magnetic Grenade, because it also gives us the Strength upgrade. But I don't know, man, this game's, like, it's not gory, but it's, like, a little violent. When you're 8, you're pretty young. Like, you might have just learned to read. I remember being mad. I was, like, 12. My mom wouldn't let me buy Diablo 2. And I was like, Mom, I mean, in hindsight, I still think she's being a little ridiculous. I had to wait until I was like 14 to buy Diablo 2. But I'm, you know, maybe I turned out to be the shining beacon of positivity that I am today as a result of that. Who knows, right? So we use... I mean, I try to use throwing daggers as much as possible. They don't show up all that often, but we'll gun for that level next. Because we save 85% of our gold after each death now, we actually are pretty okay right now. 3,000 gold gives us, well, it's more than 3,000 right now. It's like 44,000 or 42,500 roughly. That's basically the ability to buy 2 skills or 2 things from a shop. But let's just say that they're skills, because conceptually I think it makes the most sense. When we start a run, which is really, really useful. You know, we can start basically fully equipped as soon as we find our first shop. And we're just, like, kicking shell right now. This is actually, like, the exact same loadout, just stitched together twice here. Alright, now it can get a little funky, because we're getting down into the depths. Up into the guts of the run, to put it as grossly as possible. We missed that door, 2 minutes, 57 seconds. That's fine, that's fine. If we go really, really fast, we might be able to make the timed door by the boss fight, but I'm not going to prioritize it. Mostly because that sets us up for the chance of failure, and I can't live with that, so... Instead, we'll just play it at our own pace, and we'll say that our goal is to, you know, beat the graveyard. If we can beat the graveyard, I'll be an extremely happy camper. Was there a something down there? I thought I saw a whip. I like that we can hit enemies, oh jeez, who aren't even on the same plane as us. Like, that's a unheralded strength of this build right now. That and having 4 strength right off the bat is pretty useful as well. I guess our next skill upgrade should definitely go, careful with those, should definitely go into HP. Phase shield, or assault shield, +1 health to enemies explode. But dude, the throwing knives are pretty great, is the thing. Actually, The Thing is a 1984 film starring Kurt Russell and Keith David, Wilford Brimley. Later, of course, most famous for being in the ads where he says diabetes instead of diabetes. Like, wow, screw that guy for trying to bring, you know, attention to a national and international epidemic, right? What a jerk. Anyway, shots pierce the first target. We lose 1 level of strength, but I think it's worth it for Knife Storm. Not if we misuse it that badly, but... You know, you gotta spend money to make money. That's something that people say. It's not really how it works on YouTube. Like, most of the time, the codes just come in for free. It's like... pretty much got like the best of all possible worlds here. I may have bought Dead Cells. I actually can't recall. Don't tell the Don't tell the FCC is what I was gonna say, but that's, you know, a little bit of a distasteful joke, I suppose, in an era of potentially undisclosed sponsor deals. Not by yours truly, just, you know, in general. I think we're going to get our level of strength back that we just lost, and now, you know, we spent a little bit of opportunity cost, but we got our advantages back here. Just a regular old damage buffer, and then heavy crossbow. Dude, I don't think they're that good. Do we want damage buffer over Knife Storm? 17-second recharge time. I don't know, man. I like the bleed. But damage bonus. Let's go. I'm going for it because I want to take a more proactive approach to hitting enemies. We also have 2 other things that give us bleed right now. Like, we have the Blood Sword. And we have Biter Swarm. You should be dead. Everything's dead here. How long does it give you... Ooh, freezing enemy sounds good. How long does it give you... I mean, 8 seconds is a long time for a damage bonus. Without being, like, overly dramatic, that actually might be enough time for us to potentially kill the boss. Now, it might be a little bit of an exaggeration. admittedly. Take the carrot. But I think, you know, you can get a lot done in 8 seconds. You so extremely will never get this. It almost offends me that you're even trying. The fact that we can one-tap these guys is, like, hilarious. It also means that if you wanted to spam this, because it has, like, a 17-second recharge time, I'm pretty sure that you're only not having your damage bonus if you spam it constantly, like half of the time, roughly. You see my math there? Like, that almost single-handedly made me a believer right there. Like, you pop it, you got 17 seconds. 9 or 8 of that seconds is killed right off the bat, because you have the damage bonus. And then you've only got to kill 9 seconds before you're good to go forever. Flashbang 3. I don't really want to replace anything here. Like, the Biter Swarm strikes me as like a god tier skill just on its own merits. Alright, so this should be the Black Bridge. Straight up, we should crap on the boss. If we die against the boss, like, we have no business ever playing this video game ever again, so... Be careful what you wish for. Because it might come true. But this maybe gives me the courage and confidence to actually, well, it's gonna be 1 level upgrade here. Gives me the courage and confidence to, like, maybe... fight, what do we have right now? Biter Swarm as well? I don't know, just dump him into... Meat Grinder. Gives us the courage and confidence to actually face enemies instead of just ignoring them and, you know, running past them. Or using our Biter Swarm to kill every single one of them. So we also have, like, 280 HP. That's really, really good. All we need to do is hit this guy a few times. It sucks that he does have some invincibility. But even still, like... Are you seeing the stacks? That was pretty dumb. Lucky us. I'm just waiting. Pop the damage bonus, bait him into an attack, and then body the Christ out of him. Not killing him. Remember that time I thought that 8 seconds would be enough to kill this boss? In hindsight, that was a little silly, but it's mostly because of the forced invincibility that he has. Okay. Heal up. That was mostly my idiocy there. But we're still gonna win this pretty handily, it seems. Okay, so that was just a horrible way to approach this fight, but he's still done. I don't think we could have done that fight any worse while still winning, but we did win. And we got 5,000 gold, which means if we don't spend any and we die, we'll still be in a pretty good spot for our next run. But how late were we? 3 minutes? 4 minutes? It's a fairly long time to be late. I still think that we're going to be pretty well equipped here as we move forward, despite the fact that we didn't really perform well against the boss. That was mostly like an error in our execution. And if we can just, you know, play maybe 120% as well as we did on that boss fight fairly consistently, we should be good to go. I mean, the biters will single-handedly kill one of these guys for us, apparently. Just trying to get a little feel for how things look right now. Like, the damage bonus, it seems, is definitely worth using. I took damage for effectively no reason there. There was no point to doing that. We should try to buy the Meat Grinder. I don't know what it'll replace at this point. Meat Grinder 6, a swarm of biters crawls out. Okay, I'll tell you what. The damage from the Meat Grinder seems disgusting, and the fact that it's also spawning a swarm of biters seems like we can get double biter swarm. And just get, like, oh my god. So we paid a great personal price. But look at the, like, doubled swarm of biters that we can create for ourselves here. It does suck to lose the damage bonus, but I think this is a lot better for facing, like, hordes of enemies like we are right now. And I'm feeling good, man, honestly. So this is Spiteful Sword, 6. It does more damage. It doesn't inflict bleed. But it also gives us the guaranteed crits. And the base damage is higher, so even though we don't have a bleed stack out of it, we're getting so many poison stacks that I feel we have very little to be concerned with. We're killing these guys in, like, record time. I would rather have, like, a very good level blood sword, but it is what it is. Just want to make sure we destroy those guys while we have the chance. Dude, I'm telling you straight up, you don't want to come down here, Phaser. Phaser, I told you, you shouldn't come down here. Noble, I'm working on my Dead Cells videos. Okay, it's another shop. Dude, we'll definitely buy a Scroll of Power. Suppose we could have gone for, like, double biter swarm. Alright, cats, if you would like to leave, you may leave. The door opens all the way. You don't have to squeeze out when it's, like, roughly the size of one cat. But, you know, that's your prerogative. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. The biters. I think I'm in heaven right now. I know Pavement said heaven is a truck, but I think heaven might actually just be the greatest possible Dead Cells run you can imagine, where your enemies get bit and get poisoned like crazy, and then they poison other enemies and summon biters out of them. There's, like, actually 15 stacks of poison that get created on these guys. We're actually, like, fighting enemies as well. It feels good. Okay, so we need to find a way to get up there, is the thing. We've got a more potent, like, attack from afar as well. Like the throwing dagger. I think we ran... Last time we were down here, we had the shield, I think. AKA... Okay, don't use your respawn here. You don't have to. Just get out of there and heal up. We've got, like, so much good stuff going on up here. It's actually, wow. Like, lagging the game. Also, like, almost killing us. But I'll tell you what, we'll heal up there. I'm not afraid of using my heals as is necessary. He's done. He just doesn't know it yet. It's gonna take a lot for me to go with the phaser here. I'm just gonna level with you. Extra damage against a poison target. It's interesting. Frost Blast, you know, the only reason I want that is for the level of skills. The throwing daggers, the ability to, like, passively inflict bleed, is actually quite useful. So, I'm enjoying our existing setup, but thank you for asking. Dude, I thought the poison would have killed him. That's my bad. It's alright, we got our health back from the crit. I think that was worth it. The amount of biters that we summon is like a wet dream come true. That guy, was that the dude from before who was still alive? Like, oh, he's freaking GLaDOS or something. Dude, I can't believe I got killed by the lamest enemy on planet Earth. But you know what? That's why you're happy to have the to have the upgrade in the first place, so that you can use it. Okay, that, you nuked my biters. I don't respect that. Heal up, but be careful, because you're possibly not even halfway through this, the fjord yet. You know, you still gotta do the upper path, which is probably this way, but who knows? I can't believe I let myself get hit there. Well, the good thing about the guaranteed crits is that we can almost always get, like, all of the HP back. That felt amazing. Okay, what do we got here? A good magnet grenade. Magnet grenade 5. 50% extra damage on poison enemies. I don't know, I'm digging the bleed into bleed, the bang dicky right now. Not bleed, the poison into poison, and the biter into biter. I don't know what I'm talking about 90% of the time, to be honest with you. What I mean to say is just that I dig our existing upgrade, dude. We can't die on this floor. We have a new upgrade, which means we cannot die on this floor. No! Baby strat's working out again. Careful, it can all go wrong pretty quickly. So that has to be our entrance, or I missed it, which is also plausible. 42 cells, that's almost enough for one upgrade, that's not too bad. Oh, absolutely. This is what I needed, raw damage. So I must have missed the entrance, but damage plus 60%, plus 20% damage when inflicting a crit. This is what we need to, like, take us to the next level here. And I actually mean that semi-sincerely. If I were to die at this point, I mean, I'd forgive myself, but it'd be an uphill battle. I think it could be like this door. Maybe I never went into that one. I never went into this one. Missed a strength upgrade. Luckily, it's compulsory. You know, we had to go in here. Yeah, it seems pretty decent. Horizontal turret 5. Extra damage on burning units. Haven't the burning units been through enough? Okay, just take care of these guys. We're not out of heals. We're not out of heals! No! I tilted so hard at the end of that, and I have never been more bummed with myself. Oh, we had the keys to the kingdom, and I ruined it by just jumping up in a place where no jumps were necessary. You know what, though? It's a bad episode in a reign of like 3 good episodes. So for now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time, where I will do better, I hope.